Carolyn Dube here. Oh, what's the play for today? Well, today it has to do with the shoulds of gel printing. I've been getting a bunch of questions recently from people saying, how many colors should I use when I'm gel printing? How much paint should I use? Should I use a little bit of paint or should I use a lot of paint? And in this video, I'm going to answer all of those questions. Now, of course, if you've seen many of my videos, you probably have an idea of how I'm going to answer that, because you know how much I like the freedom of not having a lot of rules. When you're gel printing, is there a certain number of colors that you should use to get a good print? Well, I'm here to tell you there aren't any shoulds, there aren't any musts when it comes to gel printing. You can use as many colors as you want to. If one color makes you happy, then go with that. And if the entire rainbow, if every paint that you own on that gel plate makes you happy, then go with that too. Because it's not about a specific rule about how many colors to use at once, what's the magical number. It's really about understanding what all the colors are going to do together. So you can make an amazing print with just 2 colors, and you can make an amazing print with 10 colors, and everywhere in between. The same is true when it comes to the amount of paint. You can make gorgeous and amazing and stunning prints with a small amount of paint. And you can make gorgeous and amazing and stunning prints using a lot of paint. There isn't one way to do this. There isn't the certain amount of paint that you should use. It's about knowing the kind of looks you get when you use a small amount of paint, or the kind of looks that you get when you use a whole lot of paint. And definitely what I'm doing here, this is a whole lot of paint. It's so much paint that I know I'm going to have to clean off my brayer quite a bit as I'm moving it around. So I'm going through my stack of prints here and trying to find one that I have zero attachment to, a print that just isn't very exciting to me. Because what I'm going to do is clean my brayer off on that print and build up some more layers on there. So if all of this gel printing isn't about how many colors you should use or exactly how much paint you should use, what's it all about? Well, it's all about layering, because that's the superpower of a gel plate. What you're seeing happening right here are all these different colors getting layered onto that gel plate. So when you know how layers work on a gel plate, you aren't trapped by any shoulds, and you have the freedom to use as many colors as you want and as much or as little paint as you want. I've got a little stenciling trick here for you. When you're working with a stencil, it has this kind of detail, and you put a piece of cardstock on top of it. You want to use your fingertips to push the paper into the design. Normally I'll use my whole hand or the heel of my hand, but this time it's fingertips. Because what I want to do is really make sure that paper is getting in there and getting contact with the paint. So the trick is to use your fingertips to push it in there, and you can tell those couple of spots where I missed it, that's where I didn't get good contact and I wasn't able to get the full detail of the design in the print. Now sometimes you don't want the full design of it. Like here, I just want to have a little bit on here. So taking that brayer cleanup paper, this time I'm using my whole hand, my palm. Notice that it's not my fingertips, it's the whole hand. That means I'm not going to get great contact everywhere. And there's also less paint on here because I pulled a bunch off in the last print. But this is how you just get those little touches of pattern here and there. One of the benefits of using a lot of paint when you get started is that you can get ghost prints that look like this. And a lot of times when I'm playing, the ghost prints are my favorite prints of the day. And today is going to be no exception. All those layers of color mixed with the stencil designed by Nat Kalbach for over at StencilGirl is going to create this print. So what do you need to have total freedom from the shoulds of gel printing and get prints that you love? Well, you need to understand layering and how it works. Now, how that all works is more than what I can put into one single video. In fact, it takes several videos to make it all clear, and I've put together an entire workshop based around understanding layers called Mastering the Layers. And in here, 15 lessons, I'm going to walk you step by step through the entire process. I'm going to show you the principles, and you're going to see how they build. We're going to start out with some simple prints, and we're going to build all the way up to some very, very complex looking ones that are really just 2 principles in action. You can find out all the information about mastering the layers. Registration is now open over at colorfuljourney.com. Thanks so much for joining me for today's play, and thank you for letting me be a part of your colorful journey.